Welcome to Mlc TV News Hour. I am Khadijat Mohammed. The headlines: OSINBAJO faults politicians for playing ethnic, religious games on boundary disputes. APC leader TINUBU finally declares interest for 2023 presidency. And DJOKOVIC wins appeal against deportation from Australia. Now the news in details. President Muhammadu Buhari will visit Ogun State on Thursday to inaugurate some of the projects executed by Governor Dapo Abiodun. According to a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Kunle Somori, the President will be welcomed at the Gateway Citygate Monument Park, Shagamu Interchange, where he will commission the first project. The statement added that other projects billed for inauguration by the President include Ijebu-Ode, Mojoda, Epe Expressway, the 527-unit low and medium income Kobape housing schemes, and 83 duplexes at King's Court Estate, Okemoson, Abeokuta. Vice President OSINBAJO has faulted some politicians whom he said play ethnic or religious games to exacerbate otherwise straightforward issues resulting in violence and death. This is as he charged the National Boundaries Commission, NBC, to step up its vital role to play in managing geographic boundaries and preventing border conflicts. OSINBAJO, who doubles as chairman of the NBC, spoke at the State House Banquet Hall, Abuja, during a meeting with state deputy governors from the Federation and management of the NBC over misunderstandings that often deteriorate into boundary disputes. The Vice President said it has become expedient to convene the meeting to enable all stakeholders in boundary disputes to understand the Act establishing the NBC and their roles to ensure proper boundary management. According to the Vice President, we cannot stress this enough. Land is an emotive issue and it accounts for many cases of the mindless violence and fatalities that result from border disputes and clashes. For many of our people, it is the very essence of their identity. The whole question of who owns what and who should have access to a particular piece of land. Sometimes it is tied to ancestry and ancient rivals. Senate has unearthed 14.7 billion naira, being money belonged to the defunct Power Holding Company of Nigeria, PHCN, allegedly hidden in commercial banks by the Bureau of Public Enterprise, BPE. Senate Public Accounts Committee, chaired by Matthew Uhogide, relied on a 2017 Auditor General's report to unravel the money. Privatization of PHCN, meanwhile, had been concluded since 2013. BPE, however, maintained there was nothing unusual about the money since it has been accounted for. In its recent submission, BPE argued two separate sums of 3.23 million naira allegedly held in Fidelity Bank PLC and 18.1 million naira reported as held in Stanbic Bank PLC are unaudited bank balances that were actually no longer in existence as at the date of the audited financial statements. The query reads: Audit verification and reconciliation revealed that over 14 billion naira being proceeds from the privatization of PHCN was reported in the Bureau's trial balance to be in commercial bank accounts as at December 31, 2016. Ramatu Aliu, Minister of State for the Federal Capital Territory FCT, has directed the evacuation of waste in suburbs of the nation's capital. It was learned that the minister's directive is coming on the heels of concerns of a possible disease outbreak in these areas soon. Aliu's directives was contained in a statement issued by Obinna Ogwebu, coordinator of the Satellite Towns Development Department, STDD. The coordinator quoted the minister as saying all the companies that have been engaged for the job should swing into action immediately. During the inspection, it was discovered that despite the efforts being put by the STDD to restore the environment at these towns, there is no need for improvement by the service providers. Ogwebu said the minister asked residents to dispose of waste properly and stop open defecation. The Kano state government said the state recorded 95% success in the National Examination Council NECO examinations in 2021 with over 80,000 students obtaining 9 credits. The State Commissioner for Education, Sanusi Seidu Kiru, made the announcement at a briefing on the achievements recorded by the ministry in 2021. He said the state had the highest number of candidates sitting for the Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination (SSCE) in the country. According to the commissioner, the government spent 235 million naira on payments of examination fees for some of the candidates. He said the 44 local government areas in the state, members of the State House of Assembly and the National Assembly, as well as philanthropists, also spent about 500 million naira on payments of examination fees for candidates. Seidu Kiru disclosed that the state had more than 7,000 primary school and 1,517 secondary schools across the 44 local government areas. The commissioner revealed that the government was able to recall 5,700 staff with education qualifications from various ministries, departments and agencies to classroom teaching. He added that additional 6,995 teachers who were on the government payroll but teaching in private and community schools were also recalled to teaching in public schools in the state. A fire outbreak has destroyed one of the mega schools rehabilitated by Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State in Maiduguri. The mega school was recently commissioned by President Muhammadu Buhari during his visit to Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, about 7 months ago. The school is located at Goni, Kachalari, beside Mohammed Goni College of Agriculture along Custom Muna Expressway. Despite efforts by firefighters and some Chinese contractors working on some projects around the school, the fire is still raging. The National Association of Nigerian Students in the Southwest Zone has condemned the federal government's plan to introduce 10 naira per litre tax on carbonated drinks. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, recently announced the plan while saying it was a move to discourage excessive consumption of sugar in beverages, which she said contributed to a number of health conditions including diabetes and obesity. But the coordinator of NANS in Southwest, Olatunji Adeboye, said in a statement that imposing tax on soft drinks was not a way diabetes and other health-related ailments associated with consumption of sweetened beverages could be stopped. Adeboye argued that the introduction of additional duty on the already taxed products showed the government was insensitive and was bereft of ideas to drive its internally generated revenue. The students' body described the planned duty as a deliberate attempt by the federal government to pile more miseries on the helpless citizens. The NAN said instead of adding to the economic hardship Nigerians were being made to suffer through the planned duty, the President Muhammadu Buhari should look at how to reduce the cost of governance to free more funds for development. The statement partly read, imposition of additional duty on carbonated drinks is anti-people, anti-democratic and retrogressive. It contradicts the law of humanity and the law of God. It is not in any way constant with the spirit of fairness and starkly contravenes what President Muhammadu Buhari promised Nigerians while campaigning for our votes. Kogi State Commissioner of Environment Victor Adewale Omofaye on Monday resumed office after he escaped a kidnap attempt along Ikoyi-Iyara Road last year. The commissioner was received a rousing welcome by heads of parastatals as well as staffers of the ministry with singing, dancing and prayers. Omofaye, while speaking on his resumption of office, said, I saw death but refused to die because God is with me, thanking staff for identifying with him during his trying times. According to the commissioner, though he didn't know why God spared his life, he will continue to be more committed to the service of God and humanity. The commissioner expressed happiness and gratitude to God for making him to escape the attack which he noted would have claimed his life. He thanked all government officials, traditional rulers, clergymen and the people for their prayers and support, saying it means much to him and his family. Omofaye solicited more support of the staff in the new year to serve the state better. Staff working in the National Assembly operating under the Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria, PASAN, has on Monday embarked on a protest over the non-implementation of minimum wage. The workers converged on the lobby of the White House of the National Assembly with placards condemning the action of the chairman of the National Association Service Commission, NASC, for breaching the Memorandum of Understanding entered into in 2021. A copy of the resolutions to embark on protest dated 6 January 2022 and addressed to the clerk of the National Assembly showed that the association raised 6 fundamental breaches by the National Assembly management that triggered the protest. The resolution, which was signed by the association's chairman, Sunday Saibi, and the vice chairman, M.A. Liman, accused the NASC and National Assembly of deliberate contempt of their Memorandum of Understanding, which was agreed on 14th April 2021, stating that there will be full implementation of the new National Minimum Wage Act 2019 and the revised condition of service. Part of the resolutions read, following the management's breach of the Memorandum of Understanding entered with PASAN on the full implementation of the new National Minimum Wage Act 2019 and the revised condition of service, Congress hereby puts the management on protest notice. You're still watching MLC TV. We will be back after the break.
Mlc TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV. With entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. Kwankwaso has dismissed speculations of him defecting from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressives Congress (APC). Kwankwaso said he had no plan to dump the PDP for the APC, stressing that he is still committed to ensuring his party's victory in 2023. Speaking with a television, the former governor admitted that there are issues regarding him in the PDP. He recalled how his supporters were unfairly treated during the party's congress in Kaduna in 2021. Kwankwaso claimed that the PDP has not treated him well. According to Kwankwaso, he believed that was the beginning of those issues to the extent that people thought because of that he would leave the PDP for APC or any other party. He said, "There is no plan for me to leave the PDP to join APC or any other party." There are indications that key players in the forthcoming convention of the All Progressives Congress (APC) are tinkering with the idea of the party adopting consensus for elective offices. Some of the promoters are said to be chairmanship aspirants, a couple of whom are keen on consolidating their individual grip on their states and senatorial areas as the countdown to the convention begins. The belief among the advocates is that the consensus option could lessen tension across board, following suspicion in certain quarters over the process that would culminate into the conduct of the elective convention. 8 APC stalwarts are in the contest for the position of national chairman, with reports that some aspirants are reportedly facing tough challenges in having a firm grip of their immediate constituencies as rival contenders dig into their areas. Governors of the party are expected to meet midnight on Monday in Abuja to fine-tune agreements for the convention slated for February. Former and serving senators, as well as 3 ex-governors, are contesting for the post of national chairman, currently occupied by Governor Malame Ibuni of Yobe State in an interim capacity, following the controversial removal of Comrade Adams Oshomole as substantive chairman about a year ago. There were indications at the weekend that the aspirants are seriously canvassing and holding consultations on the choice of a consensus candidate to be elected as APC new national chairman. After months of speculation, the national leader of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Bola TINUBU, has formally declared his intention to run for the country's president in 2023. He disclosed this to journalists after a closed-door meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari in Abuja.
Categorical yes. I've informed the president of my intention, but I've not informed the Nigerians yet. I'm still consulting, and I have no problem consulting, and I've not set a parameter of limitation.
He promised to go into consultation with relevant stakeholders.
To the extent of how many people will I consult, you will soon hear all you want to hear. It's a categorical declaration.
River State Governor Nyesom Wike has declared the 19 persons wanted for operating illegal crude oil refining sites responsible for suit prevalence in the state. The governor stated that following his 2022 New Year message, which outlined measures to tackle the suit, the State Task Force on Illegal Street Trading raided some illegal crude oil refining sites in Port Harcourt and arrested a number of persons. The governor has also directed the River State Head of Service to query one Temple Amakiri, a director in the Ministry of Energy, for abating bunkering activities and hand him over to the police for investigation and possible prosecution. Wike, in a statewide broadcast, said the government had resolved to tackle the suit crisis by destroying and closing down all identified illegal crude oil refining sites and activities in the state. Recall that reports by a technical committee set up by the state government to investigate causes of suit in the state 3 years ago disclosed that major causes of the suit, black particles that pollute the air, are activities of illegal refiners and complicity of security agents, among others. The governor in the broadcast said the following persons who have been identified as kingpins of bunkering and illegal crude oil refining activities in their communities have been declared wanted and directed to report themselves to the State Police Command, to whom we have already passed their details to. The governor urged residents to report those involved in illegal crude oil refineries and other damnable activities to task forces set up at the state and local government levels for immediate action. 22 suspected oil thieves and a vessel MTTIS-4 handed over to the Port Harcourt Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) by the Nigerian Navy are being quizzed in connection with alleged illegal dealing in petroleum products. The suspects arrested by the Nigerian naval ship Soro Naval Base Camp, Pobeni, Yenagoa along Akasa Rivers, Bayelsa State on December 6, 2021 and handed over to the EFCC on Friday include Levi Jonathan, Eze Kenneth, Enemari Peter James, Sunday Ereku Emmanuel Obona, Timi Amos, Fatai Karim, Chuks Ebo, Tony Atawo and Xavier Martin. Others are Yusu Alex, Isaac Iboro, Basi Okon, Kingsley Edet, Taye Poto, Saturday Sobore, Alfred Atiemi, Owie Ibolo, Felix Onome, Odos Osita, and Mudashiru Tarhid. Representative of Nigerian Navy, Navy Command PEFR, who handed over the suspects and the vessel MTTIS-4 to the EFCC, said they were arrested for alleged involvement in illegal oil bunkering activities. At the time of arrest, the vessel was loading with about 700,000 liters of products suspected to be illegally sourced crude oil. Representative of the EFCC who took over the suspects and the vessel on behalf of the Commission, Assistant Superintendent of the EFCC, ASC Anthony Mark, thanked the Navy and promised diligent investigation and possible prosecution of the suspects. Operatives of the Lagos Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, have rearrested a suspected internet fraudster, Ismaila Mustafa, for laundering funds obtained through unlawful activities and retention of alleged proceeds of crime. Mumfa was arrested on Monday. The suspect is currently standing trial alongside his company, Mlc Global Investment Limited, on an amended 22-count charge. The suspect is currently standing trial alongside his company, Mlc Global Investment Limited, on an amended 22-count charge, bordering on cyber fraud and money laundering to the tune of 32.9 billion naira, brought against him by the EFCC. It will be recalled that Mumfa had earlier been arrested on October 18, 2019 at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport while boarding an Emirates airline flight to Dubai by the staff of the Nigerian Immigration Service, following a watch list by the EFCC. Mumfa is alleged to have used his registered companies to receive illicit funds on behalf of Yahoo boys from across the world in return for commission. The account of one of his companies, Mlc Global Investment Limited Bank, a bureau de change company domiciled in Zenith Bank PLC, was allegedly used to launder funds derived from unlawful activities. Investigation has revealed a fraudulent transfer slip of $92,412,075 found in the suspect's iPhone 8 device. He will soon be charged to court. A yet-to-be-identified gunmen have killed and set ablaze the body of a 32-year-old Ifeanyi Orobo from Igweledoha, Amagu, Ikwo local government area of Ebonyi State. According to reports, the deceased before his death was a member of the newly established Ebubeagwu security network in the southeast region. Speaking under the condition of anonymity, a resident of the area said the unknown gunmen traced late Orogu to his drinking joint in the community at night and killed him before setting his body ablaze. Another source added that the unknown gunmen equally kidnapped some members of the security network while others escaped. When contacted, the State Police Public Bureau officer, DSP Lovett Oda, confirmed the incident, adding that 2 persons have been arrested by the police in connection to the incident. According to her, the DPO of Ikwo Police Division said that at about 3 a.m., he received a phone call from one source at Igweledoha, Amagu Ikwo, that one Ebubeagwu security outfit, Ifeanyi Orobo, aged 32, an indigene of Igweledoha, was murdered and partially burnt by unknown persons in his beer parlor shop along Eke Achara, Agobia Road. The former interim head of state of Nigeria, Chief Anas Adegunle Oladinde Shoneko, has died. He ruled the country during a brief stint as the head of state of Nigeria between 26 August 1993 and 17 November 1993. Shoneko initially assumed concurrently the positions of head of the Transitional Council and head of government under Ibrahim Babangida on January 2, 1993. At the time, the Transitional Council was envisioned as the final phase before a scheduled handover to a democratically elected leader of the Third Nigerian Republic. Shoneko became aware of the government's dire financial situation, which he was powerless to rectify. The government was pressed by international debt obligations and was forced to engage in constant debt rescheduling negotiations. Babangida resigned from office in August 1993 following the annulment of the June 12 elections. He issued a proclamation establishing the interim national government, which was led by Shoneko, who was later sworn in as head of state. On 17 November 1993, Shoneko was compelled to resign by his Minister of Defense, Sani Abacha. Abacha cited socio-political uncertainty under the interim national government as a reason for his resignation in his nationwide broadcast. Shoneko died in Lagos at the age of 85. He was said to have breathed his last at Evercare Hospital in the Lekki area of Lagos State. Dr. Samuel Taga Nyito, working with the World Health Organization in Benue State, North Central Nigeria, has died of Lassa fever. Dr. Joseph Mbia, the Commissioner for Health and Human Resources in the state, who confirmed the story to journalists in Makurdi, added that the deceased was taken to a rural specialist hospital in Odo State for referral but could not make it as he died on Sunday. Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NSCDC, during its routine situation report in Abuja, disclosed that 80 persons had so far died from Lassa fever since the deadly virus broke out again in some states of the Federation toward the end of 2021. History has said that Lassa fever was discovered in 1964 in Lassa village, Borno State, in northeast of Nigeria by some foreign medical doctors. According to health experts, Lassa fever is an animal-borne or zoonotic acute viral illness, endemic in parts of West Africa, including Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea, and Nigeria. Now the foreign news. Representatives from the United States and Russia have met in Geneva on Monday to address soaring tensions over Ukraine. Moscow and Washington both sent their deputy foreign ministers to lead the delegations. Their talks to kickstart a week of diplomacy aimed at de-escalating the crisis. On Wednesday, a meeting of the NATO-Russia Council was scheduled in Brussels, the first in 2.5 years. This was to be followed on Thursday by talks in Vienna within the framework of the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. The focus was on the build-up of Russian troops on the border with Ukraine. The US and its allies have threatened massive sanctions in the event of a Russian invasion, while Russia was demanding guarantees that NATO would not expand further east and would reduce troops and weapons in Europe. The talks in Geneva were taking place within the framework of the strategic security dialogue that Presidents Joe Biden and Vladimir Putin agreed on at their summit in the Swiss city in June. Group of US experts advocating for a hard line in relations with Russia called on National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan to add weapons to Kiev amid alleged Russia's military buildup near Ukraine. Axios news outlet on Monday reported that Sullivan held a video conference with Russia experts on January 3rd ahead of the upcoming diplomatic meetings with Russian officials. The group of experts included those who worked under the administration of former US President Donald Trump. Former U.S. Ambassador to Russia, Michael McFaul, told journalists that it is always smart to engage with outsiders. There is never a downside. Jake is not afraid to interact with specialists, including those who may disagree with him. However, McFaul did not confirm the fact that the conference had taken place or that he had participated in it. The media said U.S. high-ranking officials announced that Washington was ready to discuss on a reciprocal basis some aspect of Russia's concern. Millionaire convicted murderer Robert Durst has died in prison at the age of 78. According to his lawyer, Durst died as a California prisoner after pleading guilty in September to killing his friend Susan Berman. He murdered her to stop her talking to police about his wife's disappearance. Police believe he killed 2 others. The U.S. real estate heir turned fugitive unwittingly confessed in a HBO crime documentary series about himself. Durst's lawyer Chip Lewis confirmed that he died at the San Joaquin General Hospital while in the custody of the California Department of Corrections. He said that his death was due to natural causes and that he had been suffering from numerous medical issues. Durst was sentenced to life in prison in October for the 2000 killing of Berman, who was his longtime confidant and spokeswoman. And now on sport, let us join Jonah for update.
Welcome to Sports Update. Nigeria and Egypt will face off at the Stade Ronde at Jagrao as both sides aim to begin their 2021 African Cup of Nations on a positive note. The rivalry between the both sides dates as far back as 1960 when Nigeria secured a 2-1 friendly victory in their first encounter at the National Stadium, Lagos. Egypt's last AFCON title win was back in 2010 when they saw off Ghana 1-0 win victory courtesy to Mohamed Nagi's 85-minute strike in the final, and will be eager to start the campaign on a positive note. Novak Djokovic, the world's #1 men's tennis player, has won his appeal to nullify the cancellation of his visa and grant him exemption status to stay in Australia for the Grand Slam tournament. Bearing any dramatic turn of events, the Serbian is now free to defend his Australian Open title. Djokovic, a 9-time Australian Open winner, has been in isolation detention since his visa was cancelled on arrival in Australia, with border police citing irregularity with his entry visa's eligibility for a vaccine exemption certificate. The 34-year-old has appealed the decision and was allowed to stay in a detention hotel awaiting his court case. According to Sky Sports, the Australian government had argued in court that it gave no assurance to Djokovic's entry into the country, adding that he had to meet certain criteria. However, Anthony Kelly of the Federal Circuit Court on Monday morning ruled out in favor of Djokovic. The judge quashed the 9-time Australian Open winner visa cancellation and ordered Djokovic released within half an hour. Ahmed Musa, the Super Eagles captain, says the ongoing 2022 African Cup of Nations will be his last for Nigeria. Musa spoke on Monday at a pre-match conference ahead of the Group D opening game against Egypt on Tuesday. Musa, who is the Nigerian national team most capped player, also said he has charged his team to win the 33rd edition of the AFCON as a parting gift for him. "I think this is my last AFCON, inshallah," Musa said. "My first AFCON was in South Africa in 2013 and we ended winning it. And my second appearance was in Egypt and we won the bronze." In his 12 years of sojourn in the senior national team, Musa scored 16 goals for Nigeria. AFCON results for yesterday's match: Senegal defeated Zimbabwe by 1-0, Guinea defeated Malawi by 1-0, Morocco defeated Ghana 1-0, and Gabon defeated Comoros by 1-0. Other matches built for Tuesday are Algeria vs Sierra Leone, Sudan vs Guinea-Bissau, and Nigeria vs Egypt. And that's Sports Update on MLC TV News.
Thank you, Jonah. And now join Matthias Ayodeji for entertainment.
On entertainment news today, African Film Academy, organizers of the premier and the most prestigious movie award in Africa, is now accepting submissions for the 18th African Movie Academy Awards, the AMAs. The AMA Awards is widely known throughout the globe for its reputation in rewarding the brilliance of players in the African movie industry. The African Film Academy invites filmmakers to submit their feature, short, animation, and documentary work for consideration in nearly 30 film categories of the award. The submission is officially open to only films produced and released between 1st of May 2021 and April 31st, 2022. The 17th edition of the AMAs was held at the Lagos Marriott Hotels, Ikeja, and was joined by filmmakers, executives, and government officials from different parts of the world. During the event, Nigeria's Eyemofe, which was directed by Chuko and Ari Esiri, scooped 5 awards, winning NFVCB Award for Best Film in the process. Somalia's The Grave Digger's Wife also shined at the 18th AMA, scoping 5 awards and winning the Best Film. Somalia actor Omar Abdi won the Best Actor in a Leading Role for the role he played in the multiple award-winning film The Grave Digger's Wives. Ugandan actress Joanne Agaba beat top Nollywood actresses like Funke Akindele and Rita Dominic to win the AMA 2021 award for Best Actress in a Leading Role. Kelechi Degbe also won the award for Best Actor in a Supporting Role for his role in Collision Course, while Wilma Munemera won the AMA 2021 award for Best Young Promising Actor. All entries for the 18th AMAs will be made via Film Freeway. The African Film Academy will not accept any film that exceeds the 120-minute run as a feature or a short film that is longer than 40 minutes. AMA awards two major categories of short films and animation. The proposed dates of the nominations gala night for the 18th AMAs is Friday, August 26, 2022, while the award ceremony will run through Wednesday, October 26, 2022 to Sunday, October 30, 2022. The Academy also awards the category for Best African Film in the Diaspora and Best Diaspora Short Film Awards, inclusive of Caribbean Short and Caribbean Features. AMA Awards, the African Movie Academy Awards, was founded in 2005, mostly held annually in Nigeria. The AMAs is without doubt becoming the most prestigious and glamorous African entertainment industry event of its kind. Evolving from a one-day event televised live to an annually chronicled African event, the AMA Award is now an established engagement platform for filmmakers, industry professionals, and all creative industry stakeholders. The primary aim of the AMA Awards is to facilitate the development and showcase the social relevance of African film and cinema. Over the years, the award presentation has been attended by numerous international media representatives, Hollywood celebrities, Nigerian politicians, other African politicians, journalists, film industry professionals, and actors and actresses from across Africa. Still on entertainment news, veteran Juju singer Dayo Kujore of Soko Extra fame is dead. Sources in the home of the popular Juju singer first announced his death on Monday. Hours after, the singer's widow reportedly confirmed his death. Dayo Kujore was reportedly confirmed dead at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, Lasut, Ikeja, Lagos. He was born on April 4, 1958 in Abeokuta, Ogun State. He would have turned 64 on April 4, 2022. He began playing the guitar at 10 and rose to become popular for creating a new tune from the Juju genre called Soko music. Some of his released albums include Elevation, Wisdom, Joy, Easy Life, and the popular Soko Extra. And that is all on entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Ayodeji Peter. Back to our casters for more stories.
Thank you, Matthias. And that is our news package today on Mlc TV. Join us tomorrow same time via this channel. For your daily news, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mlc TV, Facebook, Mlc TV, Instagram, Mlc TV 2021, and Twitter at Mlc TV. For your advert placement and sponsorship, please call any of the number displayed on your screen. I am Khadijat Mohammed. Thanks for staying with us.